Since the 8th day of the 3rd month of the 26th year of the 21st century, Kimi Antonelli became the youngest championship leader in Formula One history at just 19 years old. Ollie Bierman hit a wall at 186 miles an hour, 299 kilometers per hour if you're afraid of freedom. All due to regulation changes everyone warned would suck. We got an unexpected extended spring break because of geniuses who thought that we needed more luxury resorts in Ibiza. The Vienna Sausage Police opened a criminal investigation into every driver on the grid for tax evasion. There's a prostitution scandal brewing in Milan with an unnamed F1 driver attached to it. And this weekend, in Miami, it might rain. Hopefully the cars aren't still insufferable shit boxes because the whole championship could flip upside down in the next 72 hours. The 2026 season hasn't even really gotten started yet. Welcome to 2026. Welcome to the Griddy Podcast. Let's get into it. Hit the intro, Fredo. All right, boys. Welcome to the Griddy Podcast, everybody. My name is Couv. To my right, my co-hosts, Sir Charles and a young Hayden. How you doing, fellas?
Very
Fantastic,
good,
man. How are you?
Dude, jamming. I'm a little out of breath after that. I'm actually surprised I got it down in one take, but we are alive. We are well. I'm doing some doodle bopping on the computer so I can actually know what we're about to talk about. But let's get into it. I appreciate the 5 of you that might end up watching this. This is targeted so I can hang out with 2 of my best friends in the whole wide world and talk a little bit about a British sport that we're a little too poor to afford to go to all this stuff. But hopefully that'll change. How you doing? But without further ado, let's get into it. Our first segment of the day, we're going to do a little crash course on the 3 races that have already taken place this year. I'll kick it off, Mr. Young Hadan.
Yeah, so Australia started off crazy before we even got to the race. Oscar Piastri spins out, did not start. Then we get into the race. George Russell proved everybody right. From what they were saying in practice, he came out and he did what he was supposed to do, and he won in dominant fashion with his 19-year-old teammate right behind him. So Australia, I think for the most part, played out how we thought. Ferrari came out. There were some suspicions that they were going to be towards the top of the leaderboard, but they confirmed it. They looked really good. Moving on to China, Kimi comes out. He is the youngest ever pole sitter in F1 history. So a crazy race. Very happy for him.
Shout out Kimi.
Yeah, crazy race as well. And then Suzuka, he comes back out. He does it again. And he's I guess he's got George on his heels a little bit. I guess we'll see coming into Miami if George is able to respond, but it looks right now like Kimi's kind of got everything under control.
George can only respond with sad accusations of how it didn't go right for me, Toto. Sorry. Chuck, you got any takes?
That's one. First off, that's a really good intro. I love it. Lots of energy.
Appreciate that.
It's kind of things we're trying to bring to Formula One.
We're just bringing the energy,
in general,
bringing the ruckus.
We're trying to bring energy back. There's a lot of downers over there, overseas in the UK.
It's cloudy.
And we're trying to get some of that energy up over here in the States. Starting with Miami this weekend, but I don't know, piggyback a little bit off of what Hayden was saying. Bit of a weird start to the year here. 3 races in 4.5 months, 4 months now. But a whole lot of action with these new regulations.
It's 2, but it's fine. We don't do math well here.
That's 2.
We do.
But my
2 months,
my
but it's fine.
favorite takeaways from the beginning of the year here has to be Ferrari. I mean,
Shocker.
starting in Australia, everyone said, they're gonna have a good advantage off the jump here. It couldn't have been more true. They were just an electric start to that race to kick off the year. With probably the most insane 20 laps I've seen in a while. After that, it tickered off a little bit. We got to see Mercedes dominance, but that little hope at the beginning of the year is always great to see. And that wasn't just a one race wonder either. Despite some shortcomings from Ferrari's strategy team, um, they're in the mix in China. They're in the mix in Suzuka. I have no reason to believe they won't continue to be in the mix. But beyond some serious hopium with Ferrari, Charles Lewis, and the team, the stories just had to have been Mercedes, right? Mercedes dominance. Get new regulation cycle. You can see why they've been pushing for it so hard.
Hmm.
Now the surprise there is Kimmy's in the lead over George. I know we're giving my man a little bit of hate to start the podcast here, but we're only 3 races in, and he is in a very close second place in a pretty tight battle
Absolutely.
for a 1-2 finish there. So there's a lot to look forward to. Let's see how it goes.
Rocking and rolling, man. As much as I don't like the new regulations and this 50-50 powertrain split of let's make another Formula E, I guess I'll grow to love it. I like the changes of the past. I didn't like a McLaren superpower. So I mean, you get what you get sometimes, and you just got to enjoy it for what the moment's worth. I did love the first race of the year. It really hurt in qualifying. Watch Max, find out that this Red Bull is in fact yet again another potato. But a potato went from 20th to 6th. So that's kind of my key takeaway from race 1. Shout out Kimmy getting in second. Shouting out Squidward, I guess, for winning. Whatever. We'll move on from that. Back-to-back Kimmy dubs. Youngest pole sitter. 19-year-old is now leading, the standings. I mean, half my net worth is in Kimi Antonelli rookie cards, so I'd like this to continue happening. I think the boys will get better recording equipment if that continues to happen. We'll turn cardboard into a little bit of cashish. How you doing? But I am excited for this race coming up. It's been a long break. As I kind of poked fun at, we've had an extended spring break. I think everyone's just excited to get back to racing. From every interview I've seen, that's the pulse on everything. I think people have kind of put to the wayside that the cars kind of suck because you get a little bit of an extended break and you realize that even if it's not what it was, you still love what you're doing. And I think everyone's having fun one way or another. Change is never ideal. Everyone has a problem with change one way or another. So I'm happy to get into it. I'm happy to see where the boys are headed. I think we did a good little race recap there. I think we're gonna move it on and get into a little bit of Miami, dude. See what the BBL weekend's all about. How you doing?
Yeah, man.
So, Mr. Chuck, you want to tell them a little bit about what we got rocking? What's gonna change?
Considering where we started here, 3 races in, should have been 5 races in. They're changing a whole lot, and so I think that's a part of the exciting thing with this week. I mean, not only are we back to racing after this major hiatus, and the horrible things that are going on overseas. We're back in a state of cohesion. We're back in the flow state. We're back on the race schedule. I think you see a lot of that energy on the grid right now with the drivers, the teams. They're just excited to get back out there, and they're excited to see what their upgrades that they've been working on over these last 2 months. Because I assure you, not a single one of these teams has been idle during this time off here. I think they're excited to show what they've been able to put together. I mean, just to touch on Ferrari, I mean, you're coming with almost a completely new car. We may finally get to see the ballerina Macarena wing in action, the macaroni pastaroni. It's gonna be phenomenal. It's so good that it's getting copycats across the league here.
Shitty take.
Yeah, it's so good. It
But
makes other wings look not good.
Anyone not using the
and
macaroni
listen,
wing
more
is a
testing
loser.
just means more refinement. So you may get to see the final evolution of the Macarena in Miami get unveiled, and I'm uh I'm I'm curious to see if they'll still remain up front as far as the crazy starts goes. I know we've had some changes there with these cars being able to get off the line. They should have alleviate some of those issues. They are going to kick some additional power to those people that do have bad starts. So I don't think they're going to be just completely planted on the starting position. But I don't think they're taking away any speed from Ferrari. So you may still see that great start off the line, but I just don't think you might have as many teams mile behind to start the race. So that'll be cool to see. And then also another team that I'm excited to see some upgrades with is McLaren. To start the year, honestly, lackluster, especially compared to last year. Talk about complete dominance, and then just traded it in for being the redheaded stepchild to Mercedes, and it seems like they turned the cheek a little bit, but I think they've been quietly plotting and waiting for their moment. You saw a glimpse of it with Oscar in China there. You thought maybe if some race situations go different, he might actually be in the running there to win that race. Certainly had some pace. Uh, so McLaren might be in more of a state of refinement as well, just like our Mercedes partners. So you may get to see some good upgrades there that might kind of push them back into the conversation as well. So those are a couple upgrades I'm excited for, and um, yeah, I'm just happy to see some guys on track.
You and me both, brother. I know the emphasis of this podcast will never to be technical experts. You have some Reddit casuals coming together to chop the shit up because I decided to move away from my partners. But couple tidbits coming into this week. You'll have a harvesting limit. We're going from 8 megajoules to 7 as a 12.5% reduction. You will have hopefully, a little less recovery window. Your super clipping is getting a little bit of an increase. So, you'll have a little bit more of your power boost. How you doing? A little kick in the ass for them. What else? We got a boost mode cap in race conditions. So we'll have a little bit less of the Ollie Beerman wall crash, hopefully. I mean, at the end of the day, the safety regulations in F1, like, they do matter. They've made a lot of changes. Guys are walking off these insane crashes. Like Ollie Beerman hit the wall at 50 Gs at almost 200 miles an hour. Kind of grabbed us back like an old man for a minute, but who the hell wouldn't, dude? I mean, I go karting and I freaking get my ass kicked by an 8-year-old, and I'm sore at work at my office the next day. So, like, can't blame the guy. But, I mean, it's a good improvement. I'm glad they're kind of taking some steps to fix this because these first 3 races were, like, inherently sloppy. Like, I don't think anybody loved the output of what we were watching unless you're, like, a diehard Kimi Antonelli fan. I'm sure Italy's happy. With the exception of the Vienna sausage people, but they'll get over that too. Like, it is what it is. I know a Goomba scheme when I see one. Move on, but we should have a pretty good session here in Miami. If I do say so myself, we got a little bit of weather anomaly headed on to it. We got a little bit of different moving and shaking. But Mr. Hayden, I apologize, but I might have stepped on your toes a little bit. Anything you want to add to Mr. Charles's take?
On the regulations, no, but while y'all were talking about the regulations, I was actually looking at qualifying results from the first 3 races, and it's interesting actually. So in the first race, the closest non-Mercedes was about 5/10 away, right? That was Isaac Hadjar. Then you move into the second race, it was 2/10 for Lewis Hamilton. And to Charles's point about McLaren doing some refining, if they do what they're saying they're doing, Oscar Piastri was actually within a tenth of George Russell in qualifying in the last race. So you could see McLaren come out and maybe even make a push for pole position come
Bold take
qualifying.
there. Bold take there, Kim Sabe. We'll see. I mean, with the utter dominance they had, as much as it pains me to say it, like they owned last season. They came to play pretty much every race, even when they tried to cheat in Vegas, even when their cars, like may or may not have finished a race and they cried about it on the sidelines, whatever. They did own the constructors.
Yeah.
Say
And now
what
they
you
got the
want
most
about
money.
Lando.
Done.
Neither here nor there. We like the driver too, even though their program won't acknowledge that. We're fans of the driver too. I want to see him be a driver one. I think he's a driver one in any other program, but I do think they're gonna show up. They have this new package that is allegedly 100% new car. Stella came out and was touting all these achievements that they're kind of running into. So I'm kind of excited. Then we'll chop up into that a little bit more later. But I am excited to see what they put out. I don't like this one car race. I understand we're kind of new to the regulation change era. As Americans, we're gonna claim this as our sport, and we're gonna make it better for you. We brought Kim K to the party, so you're welcome.
That's right. And we got
You're
2 teams.
Gang banging,
2
dude.
teams.
Hey, and
2
I
teams.
will add, I don't think too many people would have bet on Haas being number 4 in the constructors right now. Shout out Ollie. Shout out Hulk, dude. Showing up for the brand. Nah, he's on the wrong team. I'm gonna have to cut that out, but you know what I mean.
Shout
That's
out
okay,
Ollie,
but
though.
Audi's killing it
I
too.
mean,
Yeah.
it's very easy to forget about Esteban. I mean,
I mean, he's a forgettable guy. I've had Esteban
forget
on
he's
the
on the
move
grid.
out
I
of
mean, I'll
50
be
card on
honest.
eBay for fucking 3 weeks for $7, and no one will buy it. Fuck you, Frenchies. Anyway, we're never gonna have any fans outside of this fucking shithole that we call the South. Anyway, we touched on it pretty good. I think, I'm excited to see the regulation changes in Miami.
Well, then, all right. So, which of the changes are you think is going to be the biggest factor here of the bunch?
I think just controlling the harvesting needs to happen, man. Like this sacrificial lap thing that we've witnessed through the first 3 races, that's not racing. You've never had to charge a combustion engine, in days of the past, you got drivers rolling in their graves right now at this product that they're insisting on pushing to us. We have the most inefficient sport in the entire world. They fly private jets back and forth all over the fucking globe. And you want to tell me that I need a fucking half hybrid powertrain and sustainable fuels? Go fuck yourself. No one came here for that. No one came here for that. Everyone and their mother who's going, who has the seats we can't afford, flew in on a private jet. They fucking banged Taylor Swift on the way down the fucking red carpet, and they fucked off into the abyss. Don't preach to me that we need this better, cleaner output, dude. Fucking put your viewership on commercial flights together, and then we'll talk. But
Hey, we only cater to
as
people that
much as
drive
we
Model
can,
Ys.
yeah, whatever, dude. Fucking, I'm not here for Model Y racing. Elon doesn't like this shit. He's not paying attention to Formula One. Guy doesn't know ball, but neither here nor there. I do like the fact that they're kind of rolling back on it. I know the FIA has their claims of this is past administration's changes, and I think it's good that they're recognizing that it needs to change, but inherently this isn't the byproduct that anyone wants to watch. It's not what the drivers want. It feels like a video game. We shouldn't have yo-yoing in professional racing. I'm not saying this shit needs to be
And
NASCAR
really,
and
there's
Bald Eagles.
really
but
only so much you could change, right? I mean, we are
Exactly.
stuck in these regulation changes. They just happened. I mean, we're only a few months into this new cycle, and you kind of alluded to it a little bit there, the whole thing's broken. A couple band-aids, some adjustments to, how we can actually conserve this power and direct it. The super clipping, all of it kind of just seems like a band-aid and about all they really can do to try to make this better for, their drivers and for the people watching the sport. I think the interesting one there is maybe the super clipping. Maybe that does help a little bit. Maybe, allowing them to charge more off of doing that from 250 to 350 kilowatts. Although it does sound quite awful when when they're doing this, the way the engine is essentially choked, and they're forcing power to be, directed to the battery. It sounds totally terrible, but if it does seem like a better option than lifting and coasting through some of the most iconic turns on these each of these racetracks here. I mean, that's all we heard in Japan, right? Um, I think it's a better alternative to literally just lifting and not racing at all, to be flat out and super clipping and try to charge that way. So maybe that does fix some things, but yeah, I kind of agree with you. It does seem more like, we're trying to treat the problems here, but you may need to go back to the drawing board, which the
I think
FIA
they
is
are though,
certainly
man. As
not
much
going to
as
do.
I don't know, man. I think they are willing to like kind of roll back on some of this. Obviously, they're listening at least a little bit, with the exception of
Yeah, are
when
you guys
Max talks, they want to
listening?
shit on that. But I mean, they did it to Jordan, dude. They tried to silence the guy. He said, "Fuck you, I'm going to play baseball." So whatever. I don't want to see the guy go to GT3, but they're doing their best to make that happen. But neither here nor there. I do think these changes will be a little bit more significant than we're giving them credit for. I hope I'm right. I pray that I'm not wrong. But time will tell, man. We're a day before P1 or practice one. Um, it is going to be a short practice session. I think there's going to be a lot of clunky stuff like we've seen all season. But we'll figure it out as we go, I guess. We're here for the ruckus.
It can
But
only get better, right?
it can only get better. That's a great way to look at it. It's a glass half full kind of moment. The boys are happy. We're all happy to just be racing again. So
Yeah, yeah.
we
If
can
the, if
do
the,
it.
if the if the alternative is sitting in the middle of the straight and no oil's moving, then we're back to racing, boys. You know,
That's right.
uh,
That's right.
blessings.
All right. We're going to move into a little preview of this Miami GP. So we are coming into a fun weekend. As we've touched on, there's a lot of regulation changes. There's a lot of stuff that we don't really know how to predict because we don't really know shit either way. But Miami International Autodome, we will be racing in and around the Dolphins Stadium. Is it a road track? Is it a racetrack? Who knows? But they're going to put the celebrities on display. Ideally, our Formula E and the half cars are a little bit less E, more like E and a quarter. I think we will see that, like we've touched on already. I think we'll see a good bit of change there. Um, Ideally, we have a fun and productive race that is eventful. Why is my phone ringing? It is a sprint weekend, which is known to be a little bit fun. We had some fun in China. I think we're going to have some fun in Miami. You want to give us a little sprint recap, young Hayden?
Yeah, I can do that for you. So I'll give you my opinion about what's going to happen for the sprint. So given all the regulation changes and the things that have happened, I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to say that Oscar Piastri is probably going to take pole
Huh.
in this sprint race, but I don't know that he'll be able to hold on to it for the rest of the race. And I think a younger Kimi Antonelli probably comes through and wins it at the end. And I also think probably it's going to be a much tighter race than it has been over the first 3 weeks. So yeah, that's what I got
I
Well,
think
you
you're
you think
forgetting we
you think
have
you think that for the
a
sprint
sprint
or
king,
for the
dude.
for
Grand
the
Prix?
for the sprint race, and I think it'll probably be a similar story for the GP. Um, we were talking a little bit about McLaren's overhaul of the car, and Red Bull's kind of done a similar thing. They've reportedly they dropped about 10 kilograms, which in terms of F1 apparently equates to about a 3/10 or a 4/10 gain. So that'll be good for them. They'll probably be pushing back up towards the front. I don't know if they'll quite be contending with the big hitters yet, but
As
I
much
think we'll
as
get
I'd
some good
love to
racing in
see
the opening laps.
some McLaren improvements, I mean, dude, we're coming in on a short practice window with new regulations, and they're rolling out what they claim is 100% new car. And I know they had a little bit of practice time before this, but in this weird regulation change era that we're living in, man, we've seen how clunky it can get. And I don't know, man. I don't think that we're going to see too much papaya in the front, particularly with the sprint. I think there's room for improvement throughout the weekend as they dial in this car and kind of figure out, they're rolling out the softest tire compounds they can roll out. Miami's hot. It's wet. It's Florida. It's South Florida. And I know they're talking about rain on race day, but, as a kid who grew up in Southeast Louisiana, weatherman ain't always on time and he ain't always right. And he doesn't
No,
get paid
sir.
on perfection.
He's never
So
right.
I know it's crazy. It's the only job in the world you can be wrong at and still keep. But I don't know, man. I think there's a lot to sort through. I would like to see something other than Mercedes dominance in this race. As much as I am a fan of Kimi and I champion him in his young newfound success, I don't know. I'm kind of it's hard for me to rule out on a hot, humid, potentially wet day no one other than the greatest driver in Formula 1, Max Verstappen. I'm calling it now. He's going to win the sprint. I think that shitbox potato of a car might fall apart for the race, but I'm excited to see it.
Most likely, yeah.
I'm excited to see it. I think we
Greatest
get a Kimi
greatest sprint
too.
driver ever
He is. I mean,
by a mile. I mean,
and that's a regulation change era
little
thing too,
biased.
man. Like at the, Schumacher, Senna, like these guys could have had a shot at this, but it didn't exist. So as much as I complain about this hybrid nonsense that we're forced to watch, sometimes change is good. So maybe we're all wrong, maybe we're all stupid. I don't think so, but time will tell. Mr. Charles, what you think? What you thinking for the sprint?
I think the rain's a factor. I kind of hope these guys.
Alleged hot and dry sprint. Alleged.
I'm hoping that rain's true. That stays true, and we get to just see these guys go flat out. But I mean, I'm kind of leaning towards if Charles Leclerc and Lewis can qualify high for the sprint. I mean, I think they're going to be there. They just have such a good start off the line. I mean, you get through the race, right? I think you might see them in the mix. Otherwise, I'm kind of leaning towards Mercedes to win that sprint race. I think what I'm excited to see in the sprint race is going to be Red Bull's performance. I mean, I touched on McLaren and Ferrari bringing a whole lot of new upgrades, but I think the one that everyone wants to see is Red Bull's. And I think Ferrari, McLaren, they already had a fairly decent chassis. That Red Bull chassis, I mean, Hayden alluded to it. They had 10 kilograms to just lose right off the jump street. I saw they put some new side pods in. It's going to look a little different. It's probably going to act a little different. I hope Max is happy. Formula One's a better sport when you see a happy Max. And Max competing up front, tell you that. It pulls away some of the fire for these media goons, but that's what I'm excited to see. I want to see how Red Bull performs in qualifying. I'm not willing to just throw them in there yet, but if they perform well in the sprint, they could be very dangerous on Sunday. But yeah, is my take on the sprint, probably Ferrari and Mercedes fighting for that top spot. I'm gonna give it to whoever qualifies better. I mean, it's the name of the game, right?
Are we keeping our takes consistent for the race?
Yeah, I think so as far as qualifying goes, and I'll even double down on it because Mercedes kind of took a hit with the regulation changes as well, to where they were exploiting some kind of energy management system in qualifying, so that little 2/10 gap that they've had the last few weeks could be diminished. Now, obviously, Mercedes is probably working on their car just like everybody else, so I'm sure they'll have improvements as well. But
I
yeah, I
actually
think
like
we're
that
gonna.
hot take.
Red Bull had that same trick, and they didn't really get them anywhere.
If I had a
No,
boo
no, it
button for
didn't.
you on the soundboard, buddy, I'd give it to you right now. But that gets three big dooms, no big booms. Hayden, you get a round of applause. Welcome to the soundboard, guys.
Thank you.
Yep. All right, little recap on our little upgrade spiel. We're looking at a McLaren completely new car. We're looking at a 50% new Ferrari. We're looking at a pretty well revised Red Bull. We'll see. They're rolling out the macaroni wing too.
Oh, I see him smiling in all those pictures, baby.
Hey,
Maybe that's
no
just
one will
Mech.
ever be
He's
as
all
happy
stoned all the time, but
as 2021 young and naive, beautiful Maximus did. They took his happiness away.
he's so cute, right?
They're robbing him of
Get
his
over him.
happiness and his greatness, and I don't stand for it. I don't stand for it one bit. I'm gonna sidebar real quick. Ideally, this show grows and blooms like a beautiful flower. Max will never ask you any stupid questions, and you're welcome on the pod anytime you want, and we'd be happy to have. I'll sell my left nut for that. Moving forward. Red Bull is desperate for a turnaround. I don't think Mercedes is going to roll out too many changes. As y'all kind of noted, they are going to get a little bit of a hit here, just with the leveling of the playing field and the extended time to do some more dev. Even though they act like they don't do dev outside of the bounds of the parameters, we're not dumb. We were born at night, but it wasn't last night. I'm excited.
We swear Red Bull is the best team.
They're the greatest.
Red Bull has the best engine.
They got a Ford
Not even
motor.
close.
We know as
Their
Americans,
energy
the
deployment
Fords-
is so good.
The Fords do blow up sometimes, you know?
Look
We
at
know
that
that.
Red
Or they
Bull.
just lock up and send you into a wall.
Yeah. Or,
You know?
your turbos fail because you didn't put a catch can on it. Whatever. Inside bar, how you doing?
Hey,
I would
our
I would
100th
like to note,
subscriber gets access to Toto Wolf's email.
I will.
We
I
have
will.
it.
Shout out Zoom
We have it.
Info. We paid
We
a
have
lot
it.
of
We
money
have
for
it.
Zoom Info. And we will put that to hard use.
100 subscribers, and it's in the chat. We're
It's
jumping
literally in the
right?
chat, dude. It's literally going to be, we'll pop it up. We're on a Patreon group.
asking
We'll
for a lot.
pop it up. It'll be like a little quick boom. You could pause on it. It's like when you see boobs, boom, pop, and it's gone. But
If you like, subscribe, and share, we'll send it to you in DMs.
we got a like, subscribe, and share moment for the end as well. I would be excited to see what's going on in the midfield, and even more towards the back of the pack. I'd love to see some Cadillac something or another this year. Number 11, as Americans, we only usually hold up the one number one, and unfortunately, we're having to hold them both up, which is a little bit taxing. I know they built their little headquarters in fucking soy boy land. Whatever, we'll move on. But I am excited to see something from them. I know this is very much a building period, and it's a look forward to the future. Andretti's a dog. They'll figure this out. Aston Martin's in shambles. I do think that hopefully this little break they can get through a race and Fernando's poor vertebrae is like formally intact.
And Lance's poor hands. Don't forget about Lance's
No one's ever
hands.
bet on Lance finishing a race, dude. But like Fernando's one of the greatest drivers of all time. I'd like to see him enjoy the latter end of his career. He's got a kid coming. I don't want the whole shift of his like personal life to also be told off by the fact that he's driving a literal like fucking Temu vibrator. Pardon my French. But there's a lot of expectations going in for Aston Martin. They took all these great engineers. They built this beautiful wind tunnel. They built whatever. Like there's a lot of money behind this project for the amount of chaos that they've had. We root for you. We champion you, Fernando. It is what it is. American team number one, apparently, Haas is like teetering their way into being a midfield team, which is really weird to say. I'm not going to hold my breath on that either. I don't know how long that's going to stand. Obviously, like you've had teams like McLaren and Red Bull that are really struggling to like put races together. We'll see where that goes. Alpine's actually really quick. Pierre Gasly, who we'll touch on at the end, looking good. Colapinto's alive, which is good, I guess. For all the hate they caught in this Netflix Drive to Survive with, Mr. Gabagool over there, just like firing drivers in 30 minutes and chastising everybody that's ever lived in his program. I am excited to see them. They rolled in a Mercedes engine Goodbye to Renault, thank God. You make shitty cars. I don't know how you had a fucking Formula One program for this long. You made a shitty motor for that too. Is what it is. We'll see you later. I
They
know we're
don't even
touching on
sell
things
those
kind of late,
cars
but
over here, dude.
yeah, no, they can't get over here.
Can't even buy. You can't get them over here. You can't.
The small hands.
You couldn't give them away.
You literally couldn't give them away, dude. I mean, it's like a Smart, but like less cute. You know, everyone likes a Smart because it's cute. It's like a go-kart that you can use for insurance incentives. Whatever. We'll keep it rocking. Racing Bulls are also planning a big upgrade. We'll see how that goes. We champion Liam Lawson. We're sorry you had to deal with the atrocities you had to deal with last season. We do think you could be a compliment to Red Bull.
You
Isaac
champion
Ajar, great
Liam
driver.
Lawson now.
I champion Liam. He's back there on the wall. He's living. I may also be biased to have a lot of Liam Lawson rookie cards. We're gonna keep it moving.
I noticed you
Yeah, man.
ran through the midfield, but you didn't touch on Red Bull.
Red Bull's not the midfield. Simmer the fuck down, buddy. You're literally sitting. You got a fucking RB behind you, brother.
I'm a Max
You
fan.
got
I'm
an
a
RB
Max
behind
fan.
you.
Max, that's Max's car. It's not Red
I
Bull's
get
car.
it, dude. I don't like the program right now either, dude. All the guys who are fun and active and sexually assaulting are gone. And yeah, we don't champion the ladder, but
You know,
whatever.
we'll have a whole episode about this. but
Alleged.
Bring Horner back. God damn.
The horn
man,
dog was
come on.
fine, dude. He was literally
him
found
back.
innocent, and look what's happened. You got Four Eyes Mickey's out here just making a fucking fool of the program.
He doesn't
You're
need to
losing
be
all your
TP.
engineers.
He
You're
doesn't need to
losing
be
GP.
TP. He can
Don't
be
get me upset, dude. This is supposed to be a fun hour
champion
again.
of social activities.
This is
media
supposed to be a fun hour.
consultant.
I'm getting upset.
All right. Well, you know, we'll have to say
Anyway,
that for a
I'm
different
sorry.
episode.
I did
We'll
leave
say that for a
out
different
one
episode.
section of the midfield that I'm very fond of, and I do think they're actually going to do pretty well this week, and that being Williams. Historically great program.
I hope so.
I think they're only on the up and up. I think in the next 3 to 5 years, you will see Williams playing around in the front of the pack. Hold me to that bold take. Carlos Sainz is a great driver. Alex Albon's a pretty damn good driver. I think he kind of caught the curse in the beginning of the career of the Red Bull ruining driver twos thing. Nonetheless, I do like them with a Mercedes engine. I do like them as a campaign, like subsidiary of Mercedes. And I do expect to see a lot more out of them as this season progresses. I think by the end of the year, the tone and narrative that Williams has had for the last 20 years will start to shift. Maybe I'm fucking wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Almost hard to argue. But we'll keep it rocking.
Why you guys say that?
Retarded? I had to clarify it. Anyway, we talked enough about the weather. We're not meteorologists. We're not technical experts. It's probably going to fucking rain. It's South fucking Florida. We'll keep it rocking. Do y'all
I
have
don't
any
know. So,
bold-
you got to talk about Williams a little bit more, man. What a friggin' bummer. I know a lot of people were expecting Williams to make that jump. You know, you're not alone in thinking that they are going to make a step. I think a lot of people were kind of hoping that they would, and you know, Carlos is a friggin'
Rome
player.
is not built overnight.
But they almost built it last year. I mean, that was a good team. I mean,
Who was showing up? Who was showing up? Throw them fives up.
Yeah.
The smooth operator.
Smooth operator.
Smooth.
Operator. Yeah, I was
He
there
was
at the
showing
club.
up.
I was at the Smooth Operator Club, man. I mean, you know, I was there, and those were better times last year.
I will sidebar,
really hope
Carlos, if you
they
ever
can put
host
that
a
back
club
together.
in Vegas and don't come again, I'm going to recant all my love for you. I love you to pieces. Show up to your shitty club that they put in the middle of the casino that we...
smells too much like weed, man. It's not
Too many
his fault.
big
that
bitches in
it's
your
not his
club,
fault that
bro.
you be smoking weed.
Get these big bitches out of your club, bro. Sorry. I'm sorry. But there were way too many big bitches in the Smooth Operator Club, dude.
Hey,
What do you want from me?
We had a Grand
Maybe
Prix in
that's his
San
thing,
Antonio,
dude.
man. We had a Grand
It's
Prix
not,
in San
dude.
Antonio.
His girlfriend is beautiful. Respectfully. With all due
Yeah, but-
respect to you, Carlos. Get these big bitches out of your club, dude. They were in my way while I'm trying to gamble. You know how annoying big bitch cackling is when you're trying to gamble a lot of money and losing? Get these big bitches out of here, bro. Sorry. was too much of the segment, and I apologize for my crass remarks. Not really.
We're not cutting that.
I'm not
We
cutting it. No.
don't. We're not
Get
cutting
your
that,
back
all right?
handles out of my fucking smooth operator club.
Sometimes the truth hurts.
I mean, dude, if you were in the smooth operator club and you thought maybe you're a big bitch, you are.
Hey,
I saw you.
If you
I
got
was
a
there.
job, get Ozempic. If you don't, get Lizzo. I mean, what do you get?
Get
I
Lizzo,
don't know.
dude. I don't care
Get
about
Lizzo.
your
Yeah, get
pocketbook,
Lizzo.
dude. We were all broke there. Anyway, I do want some bold takes, some bold predictions to kind of get to the end of our epi here. We got a little bit of time left, but I want 3 races in, factoring or not. Who's taking it home? Kick us off, Sir Charles.
Taking it home for the whole year or to Miami Grand Prix?
Who is your driver's champion? Well, all right. I'm sorry. I'm getting way too ahead of myself. Who's taking it home at Miami?
Lewis Hamilton.
Lewis. We like Lewis, friend of the show.
It's
Incredible
time.
take.
It's time to silence the haters. It is time.
You don't have to give me an order, but who's on the podium with him?
I like Piastri. And George Russell.
No Kimmy on the podium. Hadon!
No.
Who you taking?
I'll try to give it to you in order. I do think
the full
Kimmy,
Brownie
even though
meter.
he's not gonna have pole position, I do think
No pole.
I do think
Kimmy off pole, but on the top step. I like it.
I think their race
like
pace is gonna be good. I do think he takes the top step. I'm gonna keep tripling, quadrupling down on Oscar Piastri. I think
Okay.
he's
Got a
probably gonna
double?
take
You got
second
a
place.
double?
And
Can we go 3?
I'm torn on third place, to be honest with you.
Go with your gut. What's in your nuts and your guts?
I think it's got to be one of the Ferraris.
What? Who?
Which one?
Who's going on the piece of paper?
I think Lewis takes his second P3 of the year.
Wow.
No
Okay.
love for Charles. That's going to change. That's going to change, though.
Lewis loves this car. There's never been a car like it.
I don't hate the take. I think it's Kimmy's race again, man. I think he's going to 3 sweep it. I don't know if we'll see it all year long, but I don't think these new improvements do anyone the favors that Mercedes has of coming in with a car that's already airtight. That shit is right as rain.
Yeah.
It's going to be a period of dominance. Toto's been confident in this car for 2 years. And with that, Toto was real confident in yanking a 17-year-old out of his seat. And I'm going to go Kimmy at number 1. I do think my number 2 is going to be Oscar. As much as I don't think all the changes are really going to show themselves, I think we're going to have a lot of weird stuff going on in this race. I think there's going to be a lot of people that are going to benefit from, be it safety car or, pit anomalies, as George Russell's come to learn that, there's ways of hiding that you're a driver too, and just letting you figure it out naturally as the season progresses. But
yeah, we swear it was the pit stop.
Oscar in the 2 car, and only due to some form of mechanical anomaly by the end of it, I think Max is going to be winning the race towards the end, and some silly Red Bull nonsense is going to happen. Max in 3. So, Kimmy, Oscar, Max, call it a calm, call it what you want. That's
And
my
What do you
P3?
have, George?
8th. Genuinely, I think there's going to be 2 Ferraris.
Dude,
I think there's going to be a Haas.
crack?
Dude, he's got the car. He doesn't know how to
He does have
drive.
the
He's
car.
been in this sport for 10 years.
You got 3rd last year at this track in a bad car. You got 3rd.
A bad car?
Yes.
He hasn't
Mercedes
had a bad car
last
his
year.
whole career.
Fine
It's
car.
been a lesser car. Anyway.
And a fine car, a lesser
didn't-
car. I'll give you that.
whatever.
Hey,
We're gonna
I mean,
move on. I
you
think
were
my
kind
take at
of
3 for Max is a little delusional and biased. I will leave it at that. I think there's
not
a
totally
world
out of the
where
question if it rains, but you gotta hope that these upgrades are actually legit. I mean,
if we have rain,
you were spot on when you said that Mercedes gets to benefit from
I
already
do,
being
which
good.
is why
I mean,
Kimmy's gonna win.
you know, like
Okay.
so all these other
Let
guys
me
are
put
playing
you on
catch up.
factual
Mercedes is
day of
already good.
information. Factual day of information. Active right now on 429 at 9:07. It's still there. Kimmy's got a little boo thing on his IG with some little hearty hearts. I think Buddy's rocking some nuts off. He's coming in loose as a goose, and he's ready to get this shit started.
I didn't know
So
Kimmy
I
liked girls yet.
wholeheartedly.
I didn't realize he
Whoa,
was that of age
Pause
yet.
that. That was not an Elon salute. That's me being like, out the map, swoosh. That's what that was. Gonna clarify it since nobody does.
It was an
Gonna
age
clarify.
joke, not a gay joke.
I
Let me
like
clarify.
Lewis.
Good.
We
We like the
Lewis.
gays.
We don't like the gays when they're Lando. But we keep it
Whoa,
moving.
we can't clip that. Don't clip that.
We will clip that. It will be clipped.
We're gonna clip that. We're gonna clip whatever we want. We clip whatever we want over here.
We're clipping what we want to. We're clip. Anyway, don't screen grab that. I like black people. Anyway, all right, more hot takes. Who do you have winning the Drivers' Championship for the 2026 Formula One season?
You know, let's do a prediction now, and then let's do another one.
We'll keep it rocking
next week. Next week for sure, because I would love to see. You know, gosh, only
You got a
3 races of
three-race jump
action.
already.
Only 3 races of action. In a really weird season, but I think it's got to be one of the Mercedes drivers at the end of this year here.
Stamp it. Who's it gonna be?
Iguodala. No, I'm going with Kim. I'm going with Kimi Antonelli. I'm fine with riding Kimi Antonelli. I do think y'all are sleeping on George a lot.
Sleeping on George?
I think you're sleeping on George.
Anyway, been waiting.
George is like LeBron in the finals, dude. He can't close it out.
Audacious and unacceptable.
But he's still won 4 times.
I'm not even a Braun guy. Mike wins 6 for 6.
How many
Somebody
did he
else's
lose?
GOAT is 4 for 10 in the fucking finals. Okay? But to call George Russell LeBron James?
I didn't say that.
Arguably the
He
second greatest guy of all time.
He did. He said that. And I'm just saying
That's
you're not giving him
a
enough
0
credit.
out of
He's
10
in
take,
second
dude.
place. He's down like 4 points.
He has a rocket ship.
He does have a rocket ship.
Yes,
He didn't even
it's 2
podium the
guys
last
with a
race.
rocket ship. So you have 2 guys out there with a rocket ship, and Kimi is like 19. I mean, I really hope.
If
I
Kimi
really hope.
continues to win this Drivers' Championship,
he's got more.
the
He's got more
Italians are
cojones.
going to drop
He's
their
got
tax
bigger
evasion
cojones
shit.
than George. I'll give you.
How
I'll
are
give
they
you
going to
that.
come for Formula One when their guy is the guy? They pseudo-claim Shar for years. He's not their guy, but they got their guy. They got a true blood guy. He's a little fella, and he's cute, and he's good at fucking driving the car. But the Jorge guy, insane take.
He was a generational talent. Ask them. Ask the drivers. Is your driver's favorite driver? Not me, bro. I don't like the guy. I mean,
You think George is anyone's favorite driver? The frickin' Mantis Swan guy?
If Lando couldn't pick himself, he would pick George.
Lando would pick like any dude with grease in his hair that would mount him like a fucking thoroughbred. Anyway, keeping it moving. Hayden, who's winning the Drivers' Championship?
Probably Lando.
I like Kimi as well, but for the sake of not picking the same person as Charles, I'm going to do something radical, and I'm going to give it to Oscar Piastri.
Oh. Kimi, Oscar,
Bright night.
it'll probably be a newfound love, be it that we're going to post ourselves online like, just exploded my pen.
Yeah, everyone's going
Be
to
it
think
that we're
I'm a
gonna post
McLaren
ourselves
fan.
online
I'm
like
not.
OnlyFans chicks. It'll through and through until he retires be Max for me. I know the car's a potato. I'm hoping that Hajar is a team player and we have like this similar bond of, maybe like the Checo veteranship. I know he's a young cat. He's only in his second full year of being in this team, or he's in his first full year of being on this team, but second full year of being in the sport. If Red Bull wants to save Max, you have to give Max everything you can give him for the next few years. The guy actively doesn't really care about the sport. I know he cares about the sport more than he leads on, but he's got other interests. I mean, like, he's probably going to be like Yost, where he's participating in all kinds of different motorsport. Also, glad to hear Yost is okay. I don't know if y'all read about it. Had a gnarly crash, but he's good. He walked it off because he's got the blood of a
rally
lion.
cars?
Yeah.
Don't
have enough info on it.
He races rally cars like
straight dog,
50,
dude.
60, man.
Dude's old. Straight ripping.
I mean,
I'd like to write down my pick, but I blew my pen to bits. My pick is Max, stamped through and through. I know he's in 9th right now. I know the car's a potato. I don't care. I really don't care. You couldn't stop Jordan with the flu, bro. You can't stop Max with a potato. He's got a kid at home. He's got Kelly Pecew's fine ass running around town, keeping him happy.
Hey, if the sky opens up in South Florida and it starts to rain, and all these drivers cream their jeans, they're scared. This guy's going to be on the outside finding grip, even in that shit box. Could happen.
But he finds grip
this week. I don't know about over the season. We'll see. He's certainly capable. As far as keeping him, I feel like they're doing about everything they can already. What more can you give the guy? They let him go and fucking race at the Nürburgring where people die. I mean, they let him do whatever he wants.
I mean, you can't tell the guy.
I mean,
you couldn't stop Dion from playing baseball. You couldn't stop Jordan from playing baseball, and you sure as shit can't stop Max Verstappen from driving a car. If that dude wants to be an Uber driver, you let him do it. For the love of the game.
I bet you he'll probably take a little Uber stint.
I don't see why not, dude.
Later in his career, little Sonny
like
Hayes
a cash
style
cab experience, if you will.
Even Sonny Hayes was a taxi driver, my boy.
He's a taxi driver in New York.
Good for the brand. Good for the brand.
Shameless plug.
Yeah,
hey,
Brad Pitt,
it's a great movie.
Also a friend of the show.
All right.
Sonny Hayes, ergo Brad Pitt.
What about this?
I will sell my other nut that I've given one to Max. I can't give them all away to everybody, but second nut will be given away to Brad Pitt. Gladly and thankfully, friend of the show, please come.
Friend of the show.
We'll come, so you should come.
First time listener, long time caller.
Long time caller, yeah. At some point here, we may unveil a little call-in segment. We'll do a little live shebang if the boys can keep it tight on some recordings. We've done good so far. There's not going to be too many clips here, with the exception of my little salute. We don't like the Brits, but
keeping it in.
We only like German engineering. You know what I mean? I believe in the shoes. Anyway,
and the German GP, bring it back.
I'm doing everything in my power to make sure we don't get ads. Yeah, I like the picks as much as I may not agree with some of them. I think George is going to crash and burn at some point. I think you see George in the top 3, maybe, but I don't think this whole George Kimmy battle is a real thing at some point. I think Toto is
it's been very real so far.
Yeah, but
he seems like a guy that gets flustered
difference between
easily.
A Zach Brown and a Toto Wolff. That dog's a wolf, bro. He's out here ripping throats. He will sit that little boy Jorge down and he'll say, "Your feet are too big for the fucking car, buddy. Sit in the back like the rest of them. You're either with us or you're against us, and I'll turn off your little expanding cylinders." That's what
the proof is in the racing, man. The Mantis is fast.
Is he though? Is it just unfortunate circumstances of unplanned safety cars and questionable strategy?
Yeah, I mean we're a couple questionable Ferrari calls away from Ferrari run away with this thing. So yeah,
buddy, I just touched on questionable strategy and mismanagement of a program.
Next week we might come in and be like, yeah, Toto, not it. George, not it.
Toto will always be it.
all.
He'll always be it.
Toto's gonna
Self-made
go run the
billionaire.
FIA in a couple of years. He's gonna go run the FIA. He's gonna be
The richest
he's gonna be
man.
the president. It's gonna be
With the
his. It's
exception.
gonna be his league. He's worried about bigger things than Mercedes, man. He's already won the chips, dude. It's all about progressing the sport forward. Introducing
Mm-mm.
new
Mid-take.
new technology,
Newfound love.
futuristic technology, bigger batteries, man. That's what it's all about, bro.
We're all running away from batteries.
It's all about
Nobody wants the
appeasing
batteries.
our overlords, our manufacturers. It's all about
They're their own manufacturer.
selling cars.
Who do they have to appease? They're selling more engines than anybody, dude. They're like, we have a beautiful product. Here you go. Who do they have to appease? Everyone's going to buy them. Red Bull's the only jackass that thought Ford was going to save the fucking problem. As much as I'd love for Ford domination.
Best engine. What are you talking about?
They have the best engine. It's the best product in the market by a mile. Ferrari's is good. They're a step above great. They're the penultimate of fucking... They do it better.
I would
The
direct you
Italians
to
make beautiful sound, but we've taken that
I would-
away from them with this battery bullshit.
I would direct you to the Nürburgring, which would say otherwise.
Oh, this is
Ford GT
is
Mark
fair.
IV just took down the Project One at
Yeah,
a
but dude-
third of the cost.
It's not going to be a third of a cost,
Something to
dude.
think about.
Dude, the fucking 20 GT is
5-year-old
transacting
tech.
at $1.2 million. We'll never be able to afford that Mach 4, dude. Crumple up that silly little idea of yours. No, you're not getting an allocation, and keep it rocking. All right. Quick little wrap up.
It's kind of sad.
It is sad. It is sad. I want to be homegrown. I know where we're at.
You just
I
call
know where we're
me
at.
broke.
Yeah, I can't even
call
afford
it
a,
weed
uh,
broke.
all
I
I
can't
heard
even
was,
afford a
"You broke
911
bitch, you
anymore,
broke
dude."
fucking bitch, can't afford it.
Maybe one
Not
day,
yet.
you know?
Save
Hey,
me.
I can't afford an F-250.
allegedly. You can finance anything, baby, with that 2%. Shit.
25 years.
Finance for life. Anyway, for the interest of, some general interaction, if you actually made it this far into our ramblings, and I apologize for the lack thereof of studio talent we have, we're a bunch of technologically illiterate idiots that have filmed each other from different lokes. But if you did make it here, if you like this, and you subscribe to our channel, this is episode number 1 of the Griddy Podcast, with many more to come. If you like it, and you subscribe to it, you automatically entered to win a couple F1 cards, and I'm gonna sweeten it. But if you like Pierre, dude, boom, there's a 4 out of 50 on the Diamond Edition. I'll ship it to you in frickin' China, dude. I don't care. I don't care. If you don't like it, too damn bad. You're also getting a Dick Vashore out of 50. I know he's 28. I know he's not going anywhere. No one will buy it on my eBay, so you can have it. On the rare anomaly.
He won one F2 though, right?
No. What are we talking about, dude? Read some ball. Anyway, on the rare anomaly that this video gets
No one watches F2.
10,000 views in one calendar month, I'll upload this shit tomorrow on the 30th. If on May 30th, this has 10,000 views. 10,000 views! Not only will I give you a 2020 slap, Max Verstappen. I don't know if you can fucking hear me. My mic's down here. Let me fucking talk to you. Slabby rookie slap. It's probably an 8 now. My bad. You can also get a 21 slabby Lewis. If you're not a Max guy, you can get a Lewis too. This is a 21. Not a true rookie. None of them are. Lewis is fucking 40 in his rookie card. It is what it is. I don't make the rules. But you can get them both. You can get them both. All we need is 10K. I don't care if you share it to your bots. I don't care what you do. Make it happen for the fellas. I'll give you one more. If by the end of the season, we got 10,000 subscribers on this channel, I will give you the cutie patootie out of 75 from the Sapphire PSA 10 Gem Mint, a Minty Maximus A Minty Maximus. This is my favorite card. There's a lot more money back there. This is my favorite card. I look at him every day. I might even touch myself. A little cheeky bastard. How you doing? Coming right at you in the express shipping. I'm not going to throw this one. I'm going to set it down like a gentleman. But if we can get 10K, we'll also give a little sprinkle on top. We'll make it worth your time. Maybe, maybe, just maybe. If anybody wants to sponsor this, we'll use all that sponsorship money to buy some fans some tickets, dude. Because what is if not for anybody who wants to listen to us yap and ramble and blah, blah, blah? Let's get to know each other. Let's make a little community out of this shit. Let's have some fun getting down and dirty on the Griddy Podcast. You didn't come here for information you didn't already know. You knew what you wanted to know. You wanted to hear three cocksuckers yamble and ramble about bullshit and tires that they don't understand. Fuck sustainable fuels. Save a turtle. Drink out of the fucking glass like a real man. I'm good there.
That's twice you've called Max Verstappen cute.
He's cute as shit, dude. Look at him. Look at how sweet he is. That's sweet and cute, and you know it.
Cute's a good term.
He's a cutie patootie. What do you want from me?
Not like Shaw though.
Yeah, but you want to fuck him. There's a difference. I just think the guy's,
that motherfucker's cute, bro.
It is what it is. Plenty of people want to fuck Charlotte Leclerc. Not many people just want to fuck greatness. So, fellas, I had a great time. Thank you for watching the Griddy Podcast, Episode 1. We will see you for Canada on the recap, on the forward, on the back end. It doesn't matter. Have a pizza, kiss your old lady or something, suck a titty. Have a great night.
Remember to stretch.
Don't forget to stretch. Drink a little water. It's good for the body. Night, everybody. Boom.
Signing off.